Welcome to the Courage to Be podcast. I am your host, Tania Vasallo. It is my birthday today. I'm so excited to celebrate. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Tania. Happy birthday to me. It's fun to have your birthday be on the day that the podcast releases. It hasn't happened to me before. And I wanted to make this episode because I'm curious, how do you approach birthdays? Is it something that you get excited about, or is it something that you're like cringing or getting nervous as the weeks and the days are approaching your birthday? I know for me, I've always been excited for my birthday. There are certain things that are expected that I want. I love my cupcakes or a cake. I do want a cake or a cupcake for my birthday with a candle and sing to myself or with whoever I have celebrating, whether it's my husband, my daughter, friends, family. And I do like celebrating my birthdays. It's an important moment that we need to acknowledge that we are still here on this planet, that we've made it another year. And I consider myself, like, every time my birthday comes along, that it's another year that I've gotten wiser, right? If we're not growing, we're dying. So it's important to pay attention to this. So this year, to celebrate, I will be going to the spa. I always love going to the spa on my birthday. And luckily, we have so many great spas here in New Mexico. And one of them in particular, Ojo, that you can get into the spa for free on your birthday. So any of you listening that are from New Mexico and you have a New Mexico driver's license, go up to Ojo and celebrate your birthday there. If you enjoy spa, I enjoy going to the spa because it's a way of celebrating me. Here's the thing. I always like extending my birthday too. Things don't need to be celebrated on the actual day. I like extending my birthday to like the actual week, the actual month. Like we claim in our family, because my daughter's birthday is in April, mine's in May, and my husband's is in June. So it's this ongoing joke, that she has the full month of April. And as soon as we go from April 30th to May 1st, it's my month. So I get to be celebrated this whole month. So on the actual date of my birthday, these last couple of years, actually, my daughter with her school, they always go a couple days before my birthday until that Saturday before Mother's Day. They go on a trip up to Colorado. So she hasn't been here this is going to be the third year that my daughter hasn't been with me physically. She will call me on the phone and it's very sweet. And I would love to be able to celebrate with her. But I also understand, being when she went to the first trip, she was fourth, fifth, and sixth grade. She enjoys her time with her friends. And that's actually also a nice space for me to be able to reflect, to be with my husband, and for us to celebrate. So going back to celebrations, for me, they tend to be more quiet and it's time with myself. It's actually like a date with myself. I like going to the spa, like I said, where I can sit, I can soak, I can meditate. I like doing a lot of journaling and just reviewing my year, almost like a New Year's resolution type of thing, like where have I grown? What kind of things have I gotten better at? What things would I have done differently this year that I could do better? And just kind of spend time with myself. I like celebrating myself. It's one of those things that I don't need big parties, or surprise parties. It's funny, last year for my 50th, my husband's family threw me a surprise party. It was my nephew's wedding. And so we traveled back east, and I think his wedding was it was like a day before. We were back east, so I couldn't really celebrate it. And I've never had a surprise birthday party, and it really surprised me. And the reason why I think I've never asked or wanted a surprise party is first because I don't know how weird it would be, of getting all these strangers from different communities into one room. And I don't know if I think that would put so much stress on my husband to try and get all these people gathered together, in different communities and bring them all together. So, and then the other thing too with surprise parties, I always thought, like, I'm not going to enjoy it. Like, I'm going to know beforehand, like, I'm going to pick up on the surprise party. it totally caught me off guard. They had my sister-in-law and brother-in-law and Ben, my husband. We all went to get pizza, and when we got back, it was like big surprise, and it really caught me off guard. It was nice because it was just with the family, and we have a big family, so that worked out good. We also did a big party in Spain last year, but I'm not so much of celebrating like that, like throwing myself big parties. I'm more reflective of going inwards. And it's funny because, like, I look at other people that I know, family members, my dad, for example, every year he throws himself like this, good party. And when there have been key birthdays, he's definitely celebrated and invited everyone to his parties, so it's funny how we each have our own way. And I don't think there's a right way of celebrating your birthday. I think the important thing is to celebrate it in a way that feels comfortable to you, right? Whether it's nice and intimate and quiet, or you just with yourself like I do. I really love that. You know why? Because I love myself. I think it's something to be celebrated. I mean, think about what are the chances of each and every one of us being here on this planet? It's 1 in a trillion, I think, something like that. It's something ridiculous. If you look up the chances of, sperm meeting the egg and you being conceived and you coming out, and being on this planet. So yes, that's my celebration. I like going to the spa. This year in particular, because my daughter's not here, I will be going to the spa, but I'm going with my husband since we've been in this go, 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 push, 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 getting ready for this Bali move that we're doing. So we needed a pause. I think this week I'm taking the week off for celebration of my birthday. And I'd be curious to hear, just post if you can come over. I wish podcasts had, more of these comments that you could put below, but you can't. So the best place to leave comments would be on YouTube. And actually, if you leave some comments on YouTube and do a screen grab of them and send that to us, you can look in the show notes, you'll be entered into a monthly 7-day, 8-night complimentary vacation. So I'd love to hear how you celebrate your birthday. Are you counting down the weeks? What's one thing that you've learned? Another thing that I always ask myself too is, if I were to drop dead tomorrow and I've made it this far, would I be happy, with the life that I've led, that I fulfill my dreams, or do I have any regrets? And I'm happy to report and say that I do not have any regrets. And I'm so happy with the life that I've led up to now, my constant learning, my constant growing, who I am as a human being, the impact that I've had in my, in my immediate family and my extended family and my community and the world at large. It's like, no, I'm good. I am meant to be celebrated. So anyway, I wanted to leave you with these. What kind of reflections do you do on your birthday? What kind of celebrations do you do? And share with me. Until our next episode, have a fabulous day. If you loved today's episode, it would mean so much if you rate and review The Courage to Be on Apple Podcast. Not only does it help the show to grow, but it also gets you in the running for something amazing. Every month, I draw one lucky winner to receive a complimentary 7-night, 8-day vacation. You'll get to pick from over 3,000 beautiful resorts worldwide. You just cover the taxes and fees like you would with a travel rewards. Airfare is not included. And if you want to double your chances, along with your Apple Podcast review, leave a couple of comments on YouTube. That counts as a second entry. Just send your screenshots to help.thecouragetobe@gmail.com. and you'll find the email in the show notes too. It only takes a moment, and who knows, your next adventure might be closer than you think. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on our next episode of the Courage to Be podcast.